Phew, good morning. Hang on. Phew, good morning, folks. Hang on. Don't know what, sometimes it sends out a different invitation. Zoom messes up sometimes. I was in a different meeting then.
Yeah.
Panicking, thinking, and then I checked my email, hang on, and it says, Denise is here. Nobody's here. Okay. So we're skeleton crew this morning, folks. Yeah, I'm going to record it for other people. So hang on, Lucy's struggling to get in. Hang on. Okay, so you're here, Lucy. Hopefully you can all see me, hear me. Morning, Ange. Yeah, I'm going to record it for the people who are wimping out this morning or who are at work. There is that thing of work, isn't there? Okay, so we know what to expect. Rest if you need to. I'm going to do a nice strong core practice. Can you all hear me all right? Yeah? Okay. So I'll mute us all, I'll mute you all, and just remember to unmute yourself and shout if something goes wrong. Just glad I found you all. Oh, it drives me nuts. Okay, so I'll mute you and we'll come to lying on our back. So taking a moment, just stop before we start, which is always a nice idea. So it's coming to lying flat, or you could come into that easy resting pose if you wanted to, with the knees bent. If that feels a little bit more comfortable for your back first thing in the morning, then choose that shape. And then just beginning to settle into your body, settle into your practice, letting your awareness just come to the space within your mat. And becoming aware of the shape of your body as you lie here on your mat. Just beginning to notice any areas of tension start to relax. And then letting all of your awareness settle onto your inhales and your exhales. Just beginning to breathe in and out through the nose. And as your breath begins to settle, you're starting to bring that little bit of sound to the breath. So that gentle constriction at the back of the throat. This helps us to control the breath as we begin to lengthen and deepen. Starting to really tune into the sensations that you have in your body. Maybe noticing where you feel the breath the most. And wherever that is, it's beginning to expand into there. So it could be the abdomen, it could be beneath your ribs, it could be your heart center. Might even be the sensation that you have around your nasal passages as well. Use your exhales to soften and relax, so letting go of tension around the base of the neck, facial muscles, your jaw, all of those common places where we tend to hold and grip start to just soften. I'll just take another few rounds of breath like this, softening, expanding, really being in our body before we start to move this morning. Okay, when we're ready, we'll just stretch the left leg away and bring the right knee into the chest and just hold it in quite close. It can be quite strong stretch, that first thing, can't it? You can feel that in the hip flexors maybe. Just start to bring the knee a little bit from side to side, maybe start to explore the right hip a little bit, warm up. Noticing any little tight areas that you might need to gently massage. Definitely, I have some. Make sure that you keep the shoulders relaxed. You haven't started to introduce any tension. Okay, and then from there, we'll stretch the right leg up towards the ceiling. You can hold behind the thigh, maybe behind the calf, and just start to warm up into the back of that leg. You might point and flex the foot. You might draw some circles with the ankle. Just really beginning to examine how the back of that leg feels, just holding on wherever feels appropriate for you. When you're ready on an inhale, we're going to bring the head and shoulders up. So trying to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, drawing down away from the ears. We're starting to get that sort of crunching action going on the front of the abdomen. The low back is pressing down. You could gaze up towards your foot or your toes if that's okay with the neck. Otherwise, you can just have a little look at your knee. Maybe you can come up a little bit higher. The left leg might want to start to lift. See if you can keep the left leg active if it's lifting up. So we're just pointing through the toes on the left leg. See if you can come up a little bit higher there. We'll hold it here for 5. Just see if you can keep the breath nice and even. 4, 3, still smiling. Little smile on the face always helps. 2, and 1. And then we'll release the head and shoulders back down. Let go of the leg, but we'll keep the right leg pointing up towards the ceiling. Left leg is straight. Take the arms up above the head, come into a pistol grip there. So interlacing the fingers but keeping the index fingers out. Make sure that the low back is pressing down. Inhale on the floor and then exhale, come up. Point the fingers straight down the center. Inhale, come back, and then exhale, come back up. Get that crunching feeling on the front of the abdomen. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come down. Exhale, come up. Okay, we're going to do 10 of these, so 10. Try to keep breathing. 9, nice and even. 8, 7. You really want to get that crunching feeling on the front of the abdomen. 6, 5, smiling still. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then holding it up here for 5. Really press the low back down. 4, 3. Shoulders are nice and soft. 2, and 1. And then head and shoulders come back down. Rebend the right knee. Tuck the toes behind left thigh. Take the right arm out to the side. And then just come into a nice little twist there. The right knee comes over to the left. You stay heavy in the back of the right shoulder. Just take that opportunity to let the breath settle back down. Observe any sensation you have. Remember, if the low back is sensitive, that you don't want to come into too deep a twist there, especially first thing. Use the exhales though to let go here. Back of the shoulder might be moving more down. The legs might be releasing a little bit more to the left. Okay, on our next inhale, using the core to come back, just bringing the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze, and then we'll keep hold of the left knee, stretch the right leg away. And then same thing, just start to lubricate a little bit into this left hip. So a little bit of side to side, maybe some circles with the knee. Start to explore how this hip feels this morning. Maybe remember to keep the base of the neck nice and soft. You haven't started to tense up around the shoulders or anywhere that you don't need to. Okay, then we'll stretch the left leg up, interlace hands behind the thigh or the calf, and just start to warm up into the back of that leg. So pointing and flexing, some circles maybe with the foot. Whatever feels nice there. How does the back of your left leg feel? Pointing and flexing can be quite nice here, can't it? Because you can really get the stretch more into the calf when we flex the foot. Okay, when you're ready, we'll inhale and come up. And again, try and get that crunching feeling going on the front of the abdomen. Keep the shoulders relaxed. You get the right leg might start to lift. Keep it active if it does. Shoulders relaxed. Come up a little bit higher if you can. Think about the ribs beginning to draw in. The low back is still pressing down. We'll hold it here for 5. Still smiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release, come back down. Keep the left leg pointing up, arms up above the head, interlace the fingers, pistol grip. Inhale on the floor, exhale, come up. Remember to keep the low back pressing down. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, come up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, come up. Get that crunching feeling going as much as you can. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, come up. Okay, we'll keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then come back down, bend the left knee, bring it into towards you, tuck the toes behind right thigh, left arm out to the side, and then just come into that little twist. Be as gentle as you need to be with the low back. Just stay nice and heavy in the back of that left shoulder as well. Use the opportunity to just gather yourself for a moment. Let the back of the left shoulder feel heavy. Exhales are helping you to soften into that shape as well. Already feeling our core this morning, no doubt. Okay, on the inhale, we'll come back. Use the core to come back. Bring both knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze. And then taking the soles of the feet together and coming down into this sort of Supta Baddha Konasana position with the feet. So the knees are coming out to the side and the soles of the feet are pressing towards each other. Taking the fingertips behind your head, interlace them. Press the low back down here as much as you can. Inhale on the floor and then exhale, crunch up there. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down. So try to keep the elbows pointing out to the side. Try to keep the low back grounded as you come up. And then we'll do 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then holding it up here for 5. I forgot to do that on the last one, didn't I? 4. Press the low back down. 3. Ribs are drawing in, elbows out to the side. 2, and 1. And then release. Come down, just release the hands. Maybe you want to bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze, a little bit of a back massage. Just do whatever feels nice there in your body. Okay, releasing the feet down to the mat. Take them at least hip width apart, outside edges of the feet are parallel. We're going to do some of those bridges and breathing and crunching at the end of it. So on the next inhale, we press into the feet, lift the arms up, come up to the top. Everything as we lower down, and then at the bottom of the exhale, we crunch up and reach forward through the fingertips. And then inhale to come back. Exhale, lower, crunch up at the end. Inhale to come back up, arms up above the head. Exhale to lower, crunch up. Inhale to come back. Exhale to lower, crunch up. Inhale to come back up, bridge, arms up above the head. Exhale to lower, crunch up at the bottom. Inhale to come back up into bridge, and then exhale to lower, crunch up at the bottom. Okay, we're going to keep going with this for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You might need to adjust your feet. I'm kind of creeping up the mat. 4. Don't know about you. 3, 2, and 1. And then last one, again, we'll hold it there. So really press the low back down. 5. Chin into the chest helps the back of the neck a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you come up a little bit higher? And then release head and shoulders, come back down. Maybe you need to adjust your position on the mat. I've kind of left the mat a little bit there. Okay, I'm going to do some of those reclined eagle crunches now. We're going to definitely be feeling this later in our abdominal muscles. Okay, crossing the right leg over, just like you're sitting in a chair. If you can tuck the toes behind the left calf, then great. And then the arms come out to the side, inhale, exhale, right arm under the left. Your version of eagle arms, so you can take the shoulders or backs of the hands together, or you wrap the forearms. In this position, come up onto your tip toes and then really press the low back down. Keep the shoulders drawing down away from the ears. Inhale on the floor, exhale, crunch up, elbows to the knees. Inhale, come back down, exhale, crunch up. 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 Okay, we'll keep going with this. 5, 4, cursing me, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold it up there for 5. Really press the low back down. 4, suck the ribs in. 3, 2, and 1, and then release, come down, unwind. Just take a break for a moment, observe the sensation that you have, noticing what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, and then we'll cross the left leg over. So setting up for the other side, you can tuck the toes maybe behind the calf, maybe not, and then arms out to the side in a T. Inhale, exhale, left arm under, your version of eagle arms, keeping the shoulders drawing down away from the ears. Press the low back down into the mat. Inhale on the floor, exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down, exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down, exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down, and exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down, exhale, crunch up. Inhale, come back down, exhale, crunch up. Okay, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold it there. 5. Press the low back down. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then release, unwind, have a break. Notice that it's always surprisingly intense, that one, isn't it? It doesn't look like it should be really, but it is. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I can feel my rib cage quite a lot. So I'm going to target a bit lower down now. Take the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Arms can be down by your side, just to help you to stay stable. You can always support the low back here if you need to with the hands as well. Okay, navel draws in, low back presses down. Start to point through the toes so that you're really engaging the legs. And then we'll start with those figure of 8s here. So quite nice to sort of challenge our coordination first thing in the morning. So you just start with those figure of 8s. And then if it's feeling okay with you, you start to think about picking the hips up as you come through the center point. So you really draw the navel in to just lift the hips a tiny bit as you're coming through that shape. And then you feel that quite a lot lower down in the abdomen, maybe. Okay, we'll keep going with this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, reach the arms up. See if you can pick the hips up, pick the shoulders up, suck the ribs in, chin to the chest, fingertips reach toward the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to this starting position, and then we're going to go the other way with the figure of 8. If you can remember which way you went last time. Okay, starting just with the standard figure of 8. Get into your rhythm. And then you can start to bring the hip lift in if you want to. You don't need to, of course. If you're already feeling quite warm, which I am. Okay, we'll keep going with this direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, reach the arms up, lift up the hips, pick up the shoulders, hold it, fingertips towards the toes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release, come down, bring the knees in, give yourself a squeeze, a little bit of a back massage. Whatever you need to do there, do. Okay, we'll come into a happy baby pose. So take the arms between the knees. You can take the ankles or the outside edges of the feet or the shins, and then just come into a nice little happy baby. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Again, exploring this stretch. Maybe you can warm up a little bit more into your hips here. Let's see if you can keep the breath nice and even. Okay, now some of us might be able to do this more than others, but if you can take the first two fingers around the big toe and come into sort of a reclined upper Konasana, straightening into the legs, taking them wide. You might need to hold behind the ankles or calves instead. See if you can take hold of the toes and really stretch the legs as wide open as you can. Okay, this is going to be quite good fun. Have a go at this if you feel okay to. We're going to start to rock here, back and forth. See if we can come all the way up to the balance. Well done. You might just want to get to the balance another way. Think about lifting the chest when you get there. Remember that we tend to, in this position, we tend to collapse the front of the torso, don't we? So think about lifting the chest, thinking about the back ribs lifting as well. Can you lift the chest a little bit more? And then we're going to bring the feet together, bend into the knees and come straight into a half boat pose. So reach the arms forward in your half boat. Remember to lift the back ribs up as well. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay, bringing the hands together, interlace the fingers. Come into that pistol grip again. Try to keep everything lifting up in your half boat. You can always go for the full boat if you're feeling very strong this morning, but reaching away through the index finger. Inhale, as you exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Twist to the right. Inhale, center. Twist to the left. So it's hard to cheat, isn't it, with this arm position? And keep going. You need to take a break, take a break. I'm going to keep going with this little movement for 10, 9, 8, keep breathing, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then reach the arms forward, squeeze the knees in as much as you can, and then release, cross your legs. Come over to all fours. I'm definitely warmed up, I don't know about you. Come straight to all fours. Stack your joints, wrists below the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and we'll just do some nice cat-cows here. So inhale, tummy drops down, chin lifts, sit bones tilt. They never felt so good, did they? And then exhale, come back the other way. So just remember, as you start to move through the cat-cows, you're getting as much length as you can on the front of your abdomen. And really should feel nice after that rude awakening. Try to just synchronize the movement with the breath. You can soften your elbows. You can adapt it. You can adjust it to suit you in whatever way you need to. Okay, just one more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. From here, we'll bring the hands forward about a handprint, tuck the elbows and come all the way down to our front. And once we've come all the way down to the front, hands are at shoulder level. Keep setting up for some cobra, so walking the low half of the body away, start to press into the tops of the feet, pubic bone presses down, and then inhale minimal pressure in the hands to come up. Remember to engage the low half of the body in your cobras as much as you can. Keep the elbows squeezing in, roll the shoulders back, and then heart center moves forward, doesn't it? Chin can stay tucked. When we're holding the cobras for a little while, I find it can be quite straining for the neck to keep the gaze forward. So you can always keep the gaze down, just keep the back of the neck long and smooth, and really think about that energetic action of the heart center moving forward. The hands are sort of smearing back on the mat, but we're not leaning into the hands too much. Inhale, can you come up a little bit higher in your cobra? And then exhale to release down to the mat. Have a rest for a moment. Take the arms down by your side. Let the shoulder heads roll forward. Let the heels drop out. Take a nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. And again, nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Okay, we'll come back to Cobra or Salabhasana, your choice. So hands at shoulder level, keep the elbows gluing in, keep the action going in the low half of the body. Really important. I know I'm very repetitive about that. Okay, head and shoulders up. Try not to be relying on the hands too much. The heart center's moving forward. And you can lift the legs maybe as well. You might bring the hands up. You might do some jazz hands. You might fly cobra, I think is the proper name for that. You could take the arms back. Maybe you can think about really drawing the shoulder blades down the back. If we're going for Salabhasana, definitely keep the chin tucked and then lengthen out through the crown of the head, reach your way through the toes. Maybe you can come up a little bit higher, but make yourself as long as you possibly can. Really, really lengthen. Okay, wherever we are, inhale, come up a little bit higher, and then exhale, come down, but not all the way. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, come down, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down. Okay, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then hold it. Cobra or Salabhasana, 5 breaths. 1, really lift. 2, lengthen as well. 3, 4, and 5, and then release, come down, rest, shoulder heads roll forward, heels drop out. Just observe how everything feels. Take a nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale, and again, nice big inhale, and a nice big exhale. Okay, so we know that I love to come to forearm plank when we're in this position, so let's get there. Shoulders, elbows below the shoulders rather. So forearms in a number 11, index fingers are pointing straight forward, making sure that you're stacking the joints, and we're going to tuck the toes and come straight into our dolphin plank. So when I look at these videos, I can see that I cheat a little bit. So we don't want the bum too high up. We want to try and keep everything in a strong straight line. The ribs are drawing in, the navel is drawing in. Okay, we did some of these the other night, these sort of twists in this dolphin plank. So inhale in the center. As we exhale, we'll take the hips to the right and let them dip down towards the mat. And then inhale, come back to center. And then exhale, hips to the left, let them dip down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hips to the right, let them dip down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hips to the left, let them dip down. Inhale, back to center. Okay, keep going with this for 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep pressing into the forearms. 6, 5. We don't want to start to sink into the shoulders. 4. If you do, take a break. 3, 2, and 1. And then come back to your standard dolphin plank. Suck everything in. Hold it up there. 5, 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And then let the knees come down. Release down. Come all the way down. Have a rest. Observe what you feel, where you feel it. Take a nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. And again, nice big inhale. And a nice big exhale. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to meet me straight back in forearm plank. Back to the elbows, forearms in a number 11. Tuck the toes and lift. Okay, this time I'm going to do those dips that we did the other night because I found those surprisingly strong. So from your forearm plank, suck the ribs in, suck the navel in. Inhale, as we exhale, we let the hips dip down to the mat, but not all the way. And then inhale, draw everything back up. And then exhale, they dip down. Inhale, draw back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, up. Keep going. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. It's strong, that, isn't it? 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then hold it. Forearm plank. 5. Suck everything in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Come down. Well done. Have a rest. Arms down by your side. That's surprisingly strong, that, isn't it? I'm quite pleased with that. Let the shoulder heads roll forward. Let the heels drop out. Just completely rest there. take a couple of nice, long, full inhales and nice, long, full exhales. Let everything settle. Yeah, I find that one quite challenging. I don't know about anyone else. To completely rest. Definitely feel the strength is coming back though, little by little. Okay, when we're ready from here, let's come to a child's pose. So hands below the shoulders, press up, and then find your way to child's pose. Whichever version you want to take. So you might have the arms forward, or you might take the arms back. Taking the arms back can be nice because you can just let the shoulder heads roll forward. And then really breathe into your low back here. It's a nice little counter pose, isn't it, for the Salabhasana or whatever back bend we chose. It's also nice to have a rest. So nice expansive breath right into the low back. You can visualize breathing in all the way from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. And then breathe out all the way from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Okay, nice. Another nice long inhale. And a nice long exhale. Okay, when you're ready, we're going to find our way back up to all fours, tuck the toes and find our first downward facing dog, which is going to feel really nice, hopefully. So when you get there, sway, pedal, do whatever you need to. This is when we start to really appreciate our downward facing dog as the resting pose that it's meant to be. So you might just want to really bend into the knees deeply, stretch into the side body, move around in whatever way feels nice there. Okay, from downward facing dog, we'll just come in and out of a couple of standard planks. So inhale to roll it forward, shoulders over the wrists, the ribs suck in, exhale, downward facing dog. And then again, inhale, roll it forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember to keep everything drawing in when you do this. Inhale to roll it to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to roll it to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, keep going with this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Holding it in plank just for 5. Keep everything sucking in, press the hands down. 4. Retract between the shoulder blades as well. 3. Check I'm not cheating too much. 2. And 1. Inhale, exhale back to downward facing dog. And then from downward facing dog, we'll inhale and look forward. Step, hop, float, walk. Come to the front of your mat, however. And then once you're there, forward bend. Knees can be bent if they need to. You can take your elbows. You can sway a little bit in your ragdoll pose. You can nod your head yes, maybe shake it no. Do whatever feels nice there. Okay, when we're ready, releasing the arms, you can tuck the chin to roll up or lift the chin, press down through the feet. And then keeping the arms coming out around and up, reaching up and gazing up, and then exhaling to release the arms down. Okay, coming to the front of our mat. And then inhale for Utkatasana, chair pose. So have a little look, make sure that the knees are doing the same thing, upper arms are lifting. Start to get that action, sit bones drawing towards the backs of the knees, and the lower ribs are softening in as well. Turning your gaze up towards the thumbs if that's appropriate for your neck. See if you can come a little bit deeper into your Utkatasana. You take the weight more back towards the heels. See if you can really get that hamstring engagement going there as well. Okay, from Utkatasana, we're going to take the weight into the left foot, come up onto the toes of the right. Inhale, as we exhale, stepping that right leg back as far as you can to come straight into a crescent lunge, and then adjust it when you get there. Keep the lower ribs softening in, outer left hip shaves back, right hip presses forward. Extra weight in the front foot, remember, to really energize back through the left heel. If you're feeling balanced enough, you might even turn your gaze up there as well. I'm going to do some of those dips here. So inhale, exhale to dip down with the right knee, not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Okay, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then dip down and hold it there if you can. Hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the knee all the way down. And then transfer the weight straight back to come into that half Hanuman that I'm quite fond of at the moment. So drawing the top of the left thigh bone back into the hip socket. Inhale to lengthen the chest forward. Exhaling to fold over the leg, any amount. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Okay, on the next inhale, we're going to bring the weight back into the left foot, fingertips forward, lift the right knee, turn the right foot out and root it down, and then come straight into side angle pose. So you might bring the elbow to the knee or use a block or hand to the floor, whatever feels nice. Okay, the front knee is opening out. The left hip is moving forward between the legs to the right hand side of the mat, and you're turning your chest any amount up towards the ceiling. Think about not leaning too much into that left elbow. And the right shoulder draws down away from the ear as we reach through the right fingertips. Strong line out to right heel, all the way to the right fingertips. Okay, from here, looking down to your left foot, inhale, press in to come through a warrior 2, but come straight into reverse warrior. So right hand down the right thigh, left arm reaches up and over, lift up out of that left hip. Front knee still opens out in your reverse warrior. From our reverse warrior, we're going to inhale, come up, straighten into the front leg, take the arms out, starfish. Inhale to lengthen up through the crown of the head. And then as we exhale, Trikonasana, left arm reaches forward. Get as much length as you can between the left hip and the left underarm. As its core here, you're going to maybe keep that left arm up and then bring the right arm up. You can also always take the left hand down if you want to. It's a little bit more challenging for the core this way, isn't it? Can you adjust your tailbone to point to the back of your right heel? The right arm is really lifting your torso up towards the ceiling, but you're maintaining that length on the left-hand side of the body as well. Okay, if you've got your left arm lifted, we're going to release it down, turn the right palm forward, inhale, and then exhale, that upper arm comes close to your ear. Really reach through the fingertips. Inhaling, as you exhale, draw a big circle down around in front of your face with the right arm, and then take the hand to the low back, or you maybe tuck it around the top of the left thigh, draw the right shoulder back, and turn there. Well done. Well done. Okay, from there, we're going to release the right arm back up, look down to the left foot, inhale, press in to come back up. From there, we're going to find present lunge again, so turning back to the front of the mat, bending back into the left knee, outer left hip shaves back, sink deeper into your present lunge. Well done, ribs in, lower ribs soften in. Okay, we're going to come in and out of arrow pose now a couple of times. So inhale here, as you exhale, come forward and hover over the left thigh, right arms reach back, and then inhale, come back up. Exhale, come forward and hover. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come forward and hover. Inhale, come back up. Okay, exhale, come forward and hover and hold it for 5. Really suck the ribs in. 4, think about chest lengthening forward. 3, can you bend deeper into that front knee? 2, and 1, and then inhale, come all the way back up to crescent. From there, we're going to take the weight into the left foot and step all the way back to the front of the mat and find chair pose. Well done. Check that you can still see your toes. Check the details. Upper arms lift. Inhale in chair, exhale for forward bend. Well done. Have a rest. Let go of the weight of the head and neck. Knees can be soft if they need to. Inhale for a halfway lift here, so come up onto the fingertips or hands to shins, and then exhale to come back down. Okay, again, inhale for another halfway lift. Lengthen the chest forward, exhale to come back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to come back down. Okay, maybe you come into ragdoll pose now, you take the elbows, you sway a little bit, take the opportunity for a little bit of a break, let the breath settle. And then from here, we're going to come straight back up into chair pose at Utkatasana. Well done. Check in at the details to make sure you can see the toes. Don't cheat. Come deeply into your Utkatasana, your chair pose. Shoulder blades down the back. Okay, we're going to do all of that the other side now. So taking the weight into the right foot, we come up onto the toes of the left. Inhale, exhale, step it back as far as you can, find crescent lunge. Adjust it when you get there. So you take a little bit of time to settle in. Outer right hip shaves back. Left hip presses forward, shoulders down, ribs in. Maybe you can get a little bit heavier in the front foot to really energize back through the left heel. Okay, I'm going to do those dips. So inhale, exhale to dip down, but not all the way. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Okay, keep going. 5. Smiling. 4. 3. 2. And 1. And then hold it there. Hover. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Softly let the left knee come down. Release the hands down. Come back into half Hanuman. So we straighten into that front leg as much as you can. Inhale to lengthen the chest forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. And again, inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Softening that knee if you need to, remember. Okay, from here, we'll bring the weight back forward into the right foot, lift the left knee, turn the left foot out, and then find side angle pose, your version. Hand can be on a block or elbow to the thigh. Just try not to rely too much on leaning into that lower hand, whatever option you go for. Front knee opens out, inner thigh lifts. Can you get your right hip to move forward between the legs towards the left side of the mat? And from that, you turn your chest any amount. Maybe you can turn your gaze up there as well. Well done. We're not collapsing into our lower arm, hopefully, too much. Okay, from here, looking down to the right foot, we're pressing. We'll come all the way through Warrior 2, straight to Reverse Warrior. So left hand trails down the left thigh, reach up out of that right hip. The right shoulder's drawing away from the ears, but you're still reaching away through the fingertips. Can you find more lift up out of that right hip as well? Keep lifting the inner left thigh up there too. Okay, on the inhale, we'll come up, straighten into the front leg, setting up for Trikonasana, so starfish. Just check that your feet are doing the right thing. Inhale to find length. Exhale, reach with the right arm. So you can release the arm down, or you can keep it lifted, and then the left arm comes up. For a version of Trikonasana there, maybe, that's a little bit more intense than normal. Can you adjust the tailbone to point to the back of the left heel? Can you find more length on the right hand side of the body? Can you turn your chest? Any amount in Trikonasana. Well done. Keep smiling and breathing. Keep lifting that lower arm. Don't cheat. Okay, releasing the right hand down. Inhale, reach up through the left fingertips, turning the palm to the front, and then exhale, upper arm close to the ear. Really lengthen there. As much as you can lengthen. Inhale, exhale, big circle down around in front of your face. Take the hand to the lower back, or we hook the top of the thigh, and then turn the chest there. Just keeping the breath nice and even. Can you really draw that left shoulder back? Try not to shrink on the right hand side of the torso there as well. Okay, releasing the left arm, looking down to the right foot, inhaling to come back up, and then we're going to maneuver our way back to our crescent, facing the top of the mat. So sinking back into the front knee, the outer right hip is drawing back, and then we're going to come in and out of arrow pose a couple of times. So inhale, exhale, come forward and hover. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come forward, hover. Exhale, come forward and hover. Inhale, come back up. I always lose count, don't I? Exhale, come forward and hover, hold it. Suck everything into the front, to the front body, to the back body. 5, shoulders draw away from the ears. 4, reach back through the fingertips. 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale to come back up to your crescent, and then we take the weight into the front foot, step the left foot back forward, come straight back to chair pose, Utkatasana. Check the feet are doing the right thing. Adjust it if you need to. Sit bones to the backs of the knees, upper arms lift. Can you come a little bit deeper into your chair? And again, a little bit deeper, gazing up if you can. Okay, inhale, chair. Exhale for a forward bend. Inhale, we do 3 halfway lifts again. So inhale to come up onto the fingertips, lengthen the chest forward. Exhale to fold. And again, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to fold. And again, inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale to fold. And then make it a ragdoll pose if you want to. Take the elbows, sway, do whatever feels nice there. Okay, releasing the arms. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider, turn the toes out, and then come down into our Malasana squats. So cheat if you need to, use blocks, roll your mat up to support your heels if that helps you with Malasana squats. And then we've got the elbows pressing into the knees and the knees are pressing back to the elbows. Palms together, lift the chest. And I know I say this all the time, but make sure if you find this easy, you can hang out here quite easily, can't you? Some of us can. So don't, come up an inch. See if you can really challenge yourself, come up an inch. Squeeze the outer hips in and lift the chest. Okay, you might lift the arms there. It's a little bit more challenging. If you're lifting the arms, maybe you come up about another inch. Okay, inhale, exhale to release the hands down. If you've lifted them up, we'll come into the twist from here. So release the left hand down, right arm reaches up. Exhale back to center and then right hand down, left arm up. Exhale back to center, left hand down, right arm up. Exhale back to center, right hand down, left arm up. Back to center. Okay, from here we're going to come all the way up, so pressing into the feet to come up, but only coming up about halfway, not all the way, sorry. So we're coming into that sort of chair pose with the knees turned out. Okay, we did this the other day as well. And make sure that our legs are nice and strong. So knees are pointing out over the toes. It's sort of like a squatty chair pose type thing. And then we're going to rock up onto the balls of the feet here. Right up high onto the balls of the feet if you can. Squeeze the outer hips in. Can you sink a bit deeper? Really reach up through the fingertips there. Really, really reach up. And maybe come a little bit deeper. Hold it there. 5. Make sure the knees are pointing out over the toes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the heels back down. We're going to heel toe the feet in, keeping the knees bent. Straight back to chair. Make sure you can see your toes, upper arms lift. Okay, from there, rocking to the balls of the feet for a wobbly chair. Inhale there. As we exhale, we're going to dip down. Make sure that the knees stay pointing out over the toes. And then inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, dip down. Inhale, come back up, and then we'll release the knees down. Exhale, forward, bend the feet down even. Relax the head and neck. Maybe you need to gently nod your head, yes, shake it, no, come back to a ragdoll pose. Well done. Swaying, doing whatever you need to. Okay, from there we'll release the hands down, 3 times halfway lift. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to fold. And again, inhale to lift and lengthen. Exhaling to fold. Well done. Let go of the weight of the head and neck. Taking a little break there for a couple of breaths. From there, we'll take first 2 fingers around the big toes. Straightening into the legs as much as you can. Inhale to lengthen the chest forward there. And then exhaling to fold here. The ribs are coming towards the thighs. We're lifting up out of the big toes. And then the forearms are moving back towards the shins to really help you to spread between the shoulder blades. And then can you breathe into that space between the shoulder blades here? Totally relax the head and neck. So the head is moving down to the mat and the sit bones are lifting up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Just taking another couple of breaths there. Keep that action though. The forearms are moving back towards the shins. You really spread and widen between the upper back. Okay, from here we're going to release the grip. fingertips to the mat, come straight back to chair. Well done. If you can still feel your legs, straight back to chair. And then inhale in chair. This time we're going to come all the way down. Take your time, hopefully not crash land. Well done. Find your bum. Find half boat pose if you're still there. Cursing me for our legs this morning. Well done. Lift the chest. Okay, a couple of Ardha Navasana. So inhale here, exhale, come down, Ardha Navasana. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, Ardha. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, Ardha. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come down, Ardha. Inhale, come back up. Okay, keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then come back up to your half boat, lift the shins, hold it there. 5, keep lifting the chest back, ribs are lifting as well. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then releasing the toes down to the mat. Just wrap your forearms around the shins and coming to cosmic egg so that the nose comes between the knees. You relax the shoulders, maybe you balance onto the sit bones there and make yourself into a tiny little cosmic egg, and just let everything settle. Let the breath settle, let the sensations settle. Don't know about you, but I'm boiling hot here. Okay, well done. From there, we'll release the feet down and then take the legs straight out in front. So taking the flesh away from the sit bones, let's find a Dandasana, so the legs are together. If that's okay with you, your back, you can always take the feet apart if you need to. Remember, hands down by the hips, chest lifts, upper arms come back. So a little bit of pressure into the hands to help you get that lift in the chest, but not lifting the shoulders. Shoulder blades are drawing down. We're lifting the chest, we're lifting the armpit, chest, upper arms come back. Chin dips towards the chest a little bit in Dandasana, and the gaze is towards the tip of the nose. Can you start to ground the backs of the legs down there, backs of the thighs? Think about lengthening the distance between the sit bones and the heels. And Dandasana is one of those poses that looks really easy, isn't it? And it's actually really quite challenging if you get all of the details going together. Okay, so we've got this nice upright position with our spine. You can almost imagine that you've got the back against a wall here. So we don't want to start to collapse into the front of the torso as we start to move here a little bit. Try and maintain that upright position, and then we lift the right leg and then lower it, and then the left leg, and then lower it, and then the right leg, and then lower it, and then the left leg, and then lower it, and then the right leg. And just keep going with that for 5. Keep smiling. 4. Noticing the difference. One's always weaker, isn't it? 3, 2, and 1. Okay, from here, we're going to bend up the right knee. Bring the right arm on the inside of the right. We just check the time. Actually, no, we're fine. Bring the right arm on the inside of the right shin. Take hold of the right foot. Left hand down by your hip. We're trying to maintain the body position of Dandasana, and we lift the right leg here. And then just move a little bit into this right hip. So a bit of circles or back and forth. You might straighten a bit into the leg. Don't collapse into the front of the torso. That's what wants to happen here, isn't it? Keep lifting the chest. Okay, you can stay with this if you want to, or you probably know where I'm going with this. We can flip the elbow to the outside of the right knee. Left hand comes up as well. And then we straighten into this right leg just as much as we can. It's a challenging pose, this. For those of us that struggle with hamstring flexibility, this is really challenging. Remember, we're bringing the leg towards the torso, not the torso towards the leg. So you're maintaining that nice lift in the chest that we had in Dandasana. And the thigh is coming towards your abdomen. Lift. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Okay, and then when you're ready, we're going to maintain the lift with the chest and let go and hold it there. 5. Keep lifting the chest. 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower. Well done. Okay, point and flex, and then other side. So try to keep this nice lift that we've got, and then we bend up the left knee, take the arm on the inside, lift, and then a little bit of movement into that hip is really quite a nice thing to do as well, isn't it? And you can always stay with this, remember, if the heron pose variation is too much. It's quite a nice way to just lubricate into the hip. Okay, and then if you're coming to heron, we take the elbows to the outside of the knee, right hand comes up as well, and you straighten into the leg any amount. And again, it might be totally different this side. Always tighter on one side, aren't we? Definitely my left leg is tighter in every way. Hamstring, hip flexors, all of it. Keep lifting the chest, don't collapse anywhere. Think about the top of the thigh coming towards the abdomen, not the other way around. Okay, and then when we're ready, we're going to let go and hold it. 5. So it's tighter, but it's stronger for me this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release, come down. Well done. Point and flex. Do whatever little movement that you need there. Okay, taking your feet now to the top of your mat. Squeezing the calves together, squeezing the inner thighs together, upright with the torso, arms reach forward. So we are all familiar with this. I like to come down this way quite a lot, but we're going to keep moving with it. So be prepared. Shoulders are relaxed. Squeeze the legs together. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come down sequentially, millimetre by millimetre. You're in control. As you come down, you inhale and wave the arms up above the head, and then exhale, come straight back up. Inhaling at the top, exhaling to come down in control. Inhaling to wave the arms up above the head, and then exhaling to come straight back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, come down. Slowly, keep the shoulders relaxed. Inhale, wave the arms up. Exhale, come back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, come down. Inhale, wave the arms up. Exhale, come back up. Inhale at the top, exhale, come down. Inhale to wave the arms up. Exhale, come back up. Last one, inhale at the top. Exhale, come down really slowly this time. See if you can bring the spine down millimetre by millimetre. We'll wave the arms up one more time. Exhale, come up. That's definitely the last one. This time we'll come all the way down. Squeeze the legs together. Really stay in control. And it's nice this because it gets much easier quickly, doesn't it? Really hold it in those challenging bits if you can. And then come all the way. Okay, hollow body to finish as always. Bend up the knees. You don't need to do the whole thing. You can stop at the first bit. Outer edges of the feet parallel. Low back is pressing down. Always important to protect our back first and foremost when we're doing any of this stuff. So make sure that the low back is pressing down, and then head and shoulders up. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. Chin is towards the chest. You could stay there and pulse there if you want to, but we stretch the legs away. Suck the whole of the front body to the back body, so you're making yourself concave, and then maybe you move in your hollow body. It's really hard, isn't it? And then we take the fingertips behind the thighs, come up and half boat, suddenly feels like a rest. And then release, come down. Lost Angie, hope she hasn't given up on me. Come down. And then same thing, come up. And then you can stay there and pulse, or stretch the legs away and then move. But keep the whole of the front body soaking in, whatever you're doing. And then fingertips behind the thighs, come up, half boat, and then release the feet down, come all the way down to your back. Give yourself a hug, take a little bit of a back massage, do whatever feels nice there. So you might even just want to take the hands onto the knees and draw some circles with the knees. You might want to move on to some happy baby. Take the outer edges of the feet, rock a bit, So any little move or stretch now that you need to take it. You might want to come into a twist before we find Savasana. You might want to stay with some more happy baby. So I will leave that up to you. What does your body want you to do? And then when you're ready, find Savasana. Coming to lie flat on your back. Letting go of the weight of your legs. And releasing your jaw. And relaxing your throat. And just let go. Completely. Just for a few moments. And now just slowly beginning to bring your awareness back. Gently moving fingers and toes. Taking a nice long full inhale, having a stretch, so arms up overhead, interlace fingers. Maybe have a full body stretch. You could bend up the knees, bring them into your chest, give yourself a hug, take a twist, so any move or stretch that feels nice. And then when we're ready, coming to our right hand side. And just take a moment, so don't rush, remember. Just take a moment and then just making your way to seated when you're ready. Well done. I lost Angie, she lost her internet connection. She didn't run away, hopefully. Okay, bring the hands together. Just take a moment and relax the shoulders. Soften your facial muscles. And just observe the whole of your body as sensation. Taking a nice long full inhale through the nose. And then exhaling through the mouth. Namaste. Thank you, folks. Happy Thursday morning. Hope that wasn't too bad. Hope that was okay, Lucy. We didn't do too much on our wrists today. Tried to.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Have a lovely day. And I'm
See
back
you
later, Denise. Might see you later.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.